How to start a podcast for under $500 at home. Recently, I did a video talking about how to start a podcast for under $100. But what if you want to spend a little bit more than $100 on a podcast? Maybe not too much more, maybe like not more than $500. We're going to look at what you can do to start a podcast at home for under $500. Now, for this setup, you're going to need three things. You're going to need a microphone, of course. You're going to need a microphone stand, and you're going to need some headphones. So let's go through those real quick and talk about what you can get at this stage that'll work really well. Now, there's a lot of things you can get, and before I dive into it too deep, just know that there's a lot of options out here. I'm just giving you some to give you direction on what to do. So listen to what I say and buy it now. Don't delay. That was really cheesy. Anyways, so let's talk mics real quick. There's a lot of things you can get, a lot of options at this stage. What I generally recommend for recording at home to start with is a USB mic. So the one I typically like to recommend to folks is the Shure MV7. This is a very simple mic. It works really well. It's got an XLR output as well. If you haven't been able to tell, I'm a big fan of getting XLR outputs for future use. If you decide to upgrade to an audio interface, you can keep this microphone and still use it. If you start doing in-person interviews, you can use it for that as well. It really just depends on the use case, but it's very flexible. It's also got an app that goes with it that you can use on your computer. There's one for the iPad as well. So it's very flexible depending on how you're recording your podcast. If you're doing solo content, or you're just recording yourself, or you're doing interviews, it'll help make sure that you stay on mic, that you sound really good, and gives you a lot of options for even how that final output sounds. And the cool thing with the software-based processing is typically you don't get that kind of software integration until you invest in a higher-end audio interface or some other type of physical processing unit to actually manage the sound. So it's a great investment, a great way to start, and who knows, you may just rely on that for the rest of your podcasting career. As we've already seen, cheaper microphones do well too. So that's your microphone, the Shure MV7. It'll run you about $250, and you can find it just about anywhere that great microphones are sold. So we've got a microphone. Where are we going to put it? Well, the easy answer to that is a mic arm, like I've got right here. So this is the mic arm that I recommend. It's the Rode PSA1. It'll cost you about $100, and it's a great arm. It supports a lot of weight. I mean, this RE20 is not light, and I'll actually have a note up here about how much weight it carries, but it does a really good job. This thing right now is about 2 feet off of a table that I have it sitting on, and it's holding the mic up really well, and it's doing just everything that it should do as a mic arm, which is hold your mic in the position you want it when you need it in that position. Again, there's a lot of other options out there for about this price range, and you could definitely go cheaper if you want to. But this is just one that I find that works nice and looks good, so I prefer to work with it when I can. So we've got the mic, we got the mic arm. What else could we possibly need? Oh, headphones. Yes, we need headphones. So these are the headphones that I generally recommend. These are the Audio-Technica M20Xs. They do a great job of just being a headphone. They're about $50, and they do a really good job of working, functioning. They're very durable. I've had them in my bag for years, and I use them with guests all the time. I've used them for editing on occasion, and they just are all around a good headphone. So that's what I recommend. Now, all that said, with all this combined, we're coming in at right under about $400. And I know that we said under $500. So if you're looking to spend a little bit more cash, what I recommend is investing in better headphones. The ATR M50X is what I really would recommend you look at. These are great. They have a better dynamic range than the M20s, meaning if you're doing audio editing or even just listening to music and you really want to hear clarity and all that, you're going to get more out of these headphones than you would the M20s. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more of an investment, these run about $150, and they're just great. They're also way more compact than the 20s. You can actually detach the cable, and you can fold up the headphones into this configuration and pack them away. They do great if you're traveling long distances and you have a bulky headphone. Like, this is much nicer than having to carry the M20s out with no way to compress them into a smaller package. And with that, your grand total comes to a little under $500 now. So there you go. That's how to start a podcast for under $500 at home. Thanks for watching. Happy podcasting and stay humble. We are going to get going, and I'm going to hit a little boopy-doop here so you know where to find me. And yes, boopy-doop is a very technical term. Boopy-doop. Boop. All right, cool.